Hello and welcome to a delicious smelling episode of the Cowboy for Game Yu-Gi-Oh podcast, but you don't know why. I am your host today, Ben, because Jake is on vacation. Ask him where in the Discord. It's down below. But today I'm joined by the man to my right, a probably more official member of Cowboy for Game now, Kurt.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably going to see him a lot more, even though
Yeah.
you've been seeing him more progressively, more and more as we've gone along.
You'll see in the
I'm
top
here.
32 of YCS.
Yes.
You will, in
Don't know what deck I'm bringing now.
3 weeks' time.
But yeah.
He's been promoted from Kurt from Locals.
Yeah, Kurt from Locals to Kurt.
Jake will be back,
Lives in
we
the
promise.
If he survives Brisbane.
If he survives.
We apparently not Brisbane.
And of course, I'm also joined by Bragg from Yugioh.
Hey.
So, welcome. Welcome to this week's Week in Yu-Gi-Oh! Kurt, let's start with you.
So Tuesday went okay. I was still playing Crystron. I think I ended up being X1
Ooh.
in the end of the day.
You take X1 and Kriston.
Yeah, I like the deck. I just been going to time a lot. And also, I hate Raziel.
I mean,
It's there. I can't really not see it.
yeah.
Malice is also there. Like, we got a couple there on Malice, but I don't know.
Those
I
are
don't know what I'm
definitely the
gonna
two
pick for
decks that
YCS.
are there.
Yeah. It's a lot of good testing. That's what I'm happy. I know I'm not going to be bringing Raziel, Fiendsmith, or Malice to YCS. I know that. Because I don't want to be that person. But
What's wrong with being that person? Being that person's okay.
I just don't like playing I don't like playing mirror matches.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is fair. There's nothing bad about being... Well, in Australian YCS is 30% of the room.
Yeah, like my first YCS, I brought Tier, and I was like, that's just the best deck. For my first YCS, I'm like, sure.
There's still blue eyes to come, though. You could easily... I reckon you could be on Raziel at YCS Sydney and only do one mirror match on day one. Because there's just going to be blue eyes creeping around everywhere, because that's how structured decks work. The Salad year was crazy.
Salad year was a lot. We never had a Monarch one. Because Monarchs came out after and it was tier 0.
Oh,
so
and
everyone
also,
fucking played Monarch.
Monarchs were at those
Yeah.
regionals.
And then Monarch got banned before we had a chance to see it again.
Those
Yeah,
regionals are so shit.
But today I went 1-1-1. Drew to Ethan,
1-1-1.
beat Jesse, and lost to Harry. So
Draws.
Well done, Harry.
today was okay. It was against
done.
Labyrinth. I
This-
don't have an out to Labyrinth.
This is a very long format.
Yeah,
Games take a while.
you need to play a time card.
Yeah, you do have to play a time card. Very much so.
If only there was a time card we could think of.
I got deburied, so my synchro time card wouldn't work.
Get an XC's time card.
Bum, 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 bum,
I don't
bum,
make
bum,
rank
dun,
force.
dun, dun, dun,
That's
dun,
fair.
dun, dun.
Actually, yeah, I don't know what my time card in Blue Eyes is going to be. Oh.
Bragg, how was your week in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Next week, I am returning to the physical card game in theory.
In theory, communism works.
Well, it depends on if I'm in Brisbane or not.
A lot of testing.
With the Dragons. Finishing the job. Master Duel. I haven't played that much because I don't have enough gems to buy into either of the decks. And also, I just have... Like, I've been paralyzed by the choice of Millennium, Fiendsmith shenanigans. There's so much Fiendsmith I can do. Oh, then I'm doing it started with the Chimera section too, with like all of the suite of White Forest and everything you can do. It's just too much. There's
You
too
know
much
what?
choice.
Chimera and Fiendsmith.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Chimera
that's yeah.
and Fiendsmith and
With
White
LZ,
Forest.
yeah, with LZ to set like there's just so
Wait, did
many.
LZ release already?
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
Sorry,
that's
spoilers for the
spoilers
news
for
section.
the news section. Yeah, that is here.
Is even the new new Centurion stuff? I don't think that's in there yet.
No, they just pedal the metal. Or at least we'll double check this.
Do we get like? We got Lacrima, yeah.
Yeah, and
we'll
we've got,
we'll talk about it later.
We got and the Fusion Doom Dragon too.
We'll talk about it.
Neither here nor there. So also, Millennium is probably what I'm going to settle on because in a mobile phone's game state, I've resolved this with Loza of just haha attack.
Yeah.
Like I do
Fair.
think that it's just going to be such a low ceiling, but high enough conversion rate of wins that it should be fine. And if you lose quick. So, and also top deck of Exodia and Master Duel would be
Right. Certainly be notable for that.
Yeah.
But there is something else notable about this episode of the Cowboy for Game Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. It is a special episode. Not only because we fucked Jake off, but it's also a birthday
Oh,
episode.
yeah. Yeah.
It is Brag's birthday. We have a cake. Here comes the cake. Thank you very
I was
much.
going to say,
This is a cake from Jesse. It's a little frosted over and foggy.
look, when Jesse said enjoy the cake, I'm like, oh, is he going to send me like a booty pic or something? Is that what's happening here?
We have a cake.
Happy 40th. It feels that way. It feels that way. I was going to go on record of I'm so happy I didn't get a cake this year because
Well-
I really don't fucking like cake.
There's 2 in the fridge.
This is Jesse's. I have one.
Jesse insisted on also getting you a cake and customizing it himself.
All right, we'll have to divvy this up. I'm hoping we're all ready for cake. Thank you.
We will be ready for cake after the rest of food.
Yeah, I'm getting old, and also is playing the game while getting old. Is it weighing on you guys at all? I mean,
Yes.
you don't have to worry about this.
Yes.
You're-
This will weigh into my week in Yu-Gi-Oh!
But also, the thing is, like, my parents had weird hobbies that they maintained throughout their whole life. This is probably going to be mine. Sure, it's a children's card game, but that's just what I'm going to do.
Man,
I think we've been over this before.
it's not a children's card game anymore.
True.
This card game is
That's
too
a good-
complicated for children.
Like, the amount of money into it, you need to have a job to get it.
Yep.
And these days, kids are playing Fortnite.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Not
To be
whatever
fair,
this is.
Fortnite is also becoming that weird hobby that you started when you were a kid. Because Fortnite's been out like 8 years now.
Yeah.
Like, the 14-year-olds playing Fortnite are now into their 20s.
Yep. And hopefully
Yeah.
they're still going. And everyone maintaining your interests. How about yours?
My week in Yu-Gi-Oh! Was pretty fun. Went to locals on Tuesday playing Fiendsmith. Not Fiendsmith. Why did I say Fiendsmith? Raziel. Not playing Fiendsmith Raziel. Pure Raziel. I put in the Cowboy.
Yep.
Cowboy for the time. Never needed it.
Yep.
Overall, I went pretty well. I'm not super unhappy with any of my matches. Everything all kind of went the way it was. I lost die roll to Harry, so I was going to lose that to Raziel Lizards. Game 1 and Game 2 were really good. Game 3, I broke really hard into going second and was just like, I just lose. Like, I have this weird issue of like, no matter what I side deck, I will only open what I have side decked.
That was...
So I side decked just 2 copies of Ultimate Slayer. Saw both copies of Ultimate Slayer, the field spell, and then like no way to actually start my combo, and was like, I can clear his board. I don't think I die on the clapback, but I still have to top deck something into whatever is left in his hand because he still has 4 cards in hand after building his board. So yeah, didn't work well for me there. Yep.
I was going to say my game against Harry today was pretty much the same thing. Losing the die roll. I drolled him game 1. He's just like, oh yeah, I still
hard open it all.
Wave King, Dweller, and Detonator because I've opened up every piece that I need.
Yeah. You know what that's at? Ultimate Slayer. So yeah, that was...
Gotta find them.
Yeah. That was my one loss. I can't remember what my other loss was. I remember it being very quick, so I mustn't have opened very well.
Did you lose or was it a draw against Jesse?
I don't know. Can't remember. Something that did also play into my early point, Corey, who used to play at Nowra Locals when I swear he was like 10, rolled in and was nearing an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm old. I'm real old. Yeah. That was wild.
Yeah.
Fun times, though. Fun times. You keep playing.
Miss you, Game Cave Nowra. Miss you every day.
Apparently they're changing their name. But that's enough of that store.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about...
We're talking about the good old days.
Yeah. No, raw.
Don't mind me as I drink my not sponsored Picari Sweat for the 3rd time.
Curry sweat. Very the go-to of summer hydration in Japan. And
Very
all,
much so.
And all
Great
winter.
memories of drinking Picari Sweat outside the Konami building as we revealed the news as we get into this week's news. That's a great transition. That's 2 brilliant
Yeah,
transitions
wow.
in this episode. Get
go,
on
he's
your
a-
game, Jake. I guess we'll
Never.
start with
He
Master
never
Little
will.
News because we always start with Master Little News. I was going to go with this last, but yeah, we of
right in
course
front of you.
had the new pack get officially released. Spoilers, It has a bunch of Fiendsmith in it. So we got Fiendsmith Engraver and LZ confirmed for the pack. We also got other Azamina cards, the Doom Dragon, like Bragg mentioned.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of that stuff way earlier than we got it in the TCG,
Yeah,
I guess, to
and
make
also-
them fully formed decks.
Yeah, all in one pack as well. Just a solid. You can get this, and you have relevant cards for different decks for, in theory, the next year.
Yeah. We of
Weird
course
theming.
they
Like-
brought this all in, and we're like, we'll just have it all at once. We'll also make a big deal about heroes. Also, Engraver entered semi-limited.
Yeah, I was gonna
They're
say,
like,
yeah.
we'll make a big deal about heroes, release a hero starter deck. We'll have heroes for the new thing for their 3rd anniversary, and then decided to just dump Sky Striker. And we're like, no, this hero stuff is just a distraction. All Sky Striker.
Yeah.
So effectively, the first 5 minutes of the Sky Striker anime are in Master Duel now.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you go into solo mode for the Sky Striker solo mode,
Yep.
you just get 5 minutes of the anime. So
Well,
that's there.
I need gems, so I will be doing those solo modes tonight.
There's a bunch of, how do you put it? Quality of life updates.
Yep.
So now you have, like, if it's something that says it declares after damage calculation, you can view that on the cards.
Cool.
In particular, that's shown off as a part of all the Sky Striker stuff because they have the green one.
Yep.
Green one is after damage calc, so it does tell you on the card this triggers after damage calc. There are also split views in the battle phase. So now a card will tell you, it'll have a separate highlight for if it can attack and if it can activate an effect.
Yep.
It won't just have the one prompt on it.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So a little bit of an update, as well as when you're selecting cards from a list, it has a different indicator for card status in Grave when you're selecting cards. They've also changed a bunch of the filtering options when you're searching for cards, which makes things, I guess, a bit convenient. You can now assign a mate per deck. So if you want to have a mate
neat.
for every different deck that you're playing, you can have that sorted.
Big Master Duel update.
You can mass copy structure decks over after purchase, which I think you could do before, but hey, apparently it's
Yeah.
here. And
Yeah, I swear
now
it was there.
they've seemingly split solo mode as well. So there will now be a stories section and then a training and challenges section. So I'm assuming that means they're going to be some low effort ones that are just designed to train you on things, and then some high effort ones. We might start to see more of the anime coming into Master Duel.
As long as I have the test
focus
hand
on that.
one still, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Because you're one of those dual strategy ones where you can just go, oh yeah, choose go first. That's been my test hand one. And you can just hit restart and do your combos and stuff.
One last thing that they seemingly have added.
I hope it's still there.
Actually, no. This list just keeps going. One other thing now is the friend system. So in the past, the friend system was pretty archaic. You had to give someone your number.
Yep.
Now, after a duel, you can click add friend or add to a followers list.
Yes.
And then
How
you
can
can-
this go wrong?
Yeah, you can now track people. If someone's a degenerate, you can track how they're going. There will be a list that displays limiting players' actions. Not 100% sure what this means, but hey, it's there. There'll be something that says like an alert for something that can happen. Oh, wait, if there's a lingering effect. So there's now a lingering effects notification.
Oh, cool.
So if you're under a Molchami, there's a little logo in the bottom corner that says like you are currently under a card. You can click it and it tells you what you're currently under. So if you get Max Seed, you get Charmied. It's going to add up. You can see how many
mean,
draws you're going to give your opponent.
Is it your turn? You've been my charm.
I definitely like zoned out for a little bit. They've maxed me and draw feed. I'm just been like,
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay,
keep
yeah.
playing.
Yeah,
And
the cards
wait,
start
what?
coming. Uh-oh.
No,
Is that in cards?
my rage is I'm too aware of it. Out of all the dumb things I'll do.
There is also a bunch of gems on offer for the 3rd anniversary for signing in. That will get me to sign in a couple of times to get some gems along the way. That gem collection's rebuilding
Free Royal.
because when I logged in... Wait, no, I did play some Master Duel this week, sorry. I played some Master Duel this week,
Yeah.
sorry, because I was in hospital.
It was the day after, the day of the podcast releasing, not 3 hours of everyone hearing you say you hate playing Master Duel, you never will.
Yep, I was in hospital playing Master Duel. So yeah, played a bit. I hadn't played in so long, I was down to like the start of
Rookie
ladder.
rookie gang.
Lost my second match. Just lost die roll against someone who had called by and full sprite combo, and I was like, oh,
Nice.
I'm supposed to not lose at this point.
Yeah.
But here we are.
The competency of duelists at low elos is just
It
sometimes
was just
like
that
it's just
one
why.
person.
Yeah.
Everyone else was
It's
just
like, why are you
capable.
down here? Did you do the same thing as me?
I'm assuming they've done the same thing as me.
Yeah,
just not
they're in a
touched it for
hospital
months.
in. Wait, did you see which region they were from?
No, I didn't check. They have also added a whole bunch of new packs into the game. Basically just more filler sets to help you get the certain things that you want.
Yeah.
Of course, there's the hero starter deck. There also seems to be a Blaze of Albaz thing you can buy for 500 gems, apparently.
Albaz is dead to me.
I know Albaz got like the Sword Soul treatment.
Yes,
Like,
that makes sense here then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there seems to be a bunch of Albaz stuff that you get. They did a very good job of upgrading a bunch of this, and then of course they mentioned the all the Sky Striker stuff that you get. So you get the anime, you get a whole bunch of other Sky Striker stuff.
Go
and
watch it.
away you go. I definitely clicked it on YouTube, being like, "What is this?" Like, because some random, because it was a random YouTube channel,
Yeah.
and then like the first thing it said was like, "This is footage from Master Duel. You can go to Master Duel now and watch it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." They released it. And then there's a bunch of other stuff related to Sky Strike. I'm not going to cover all of the Sky Striker things they've added to the game, but there's a whole mountain of stuff.
Sky Strikers.
Cyber Jars in the Legacy packs now.
Was that all? Was it something? Well, I mean, Jake's not here. We could talk about it. We're going back to Goat, yeah. We've got Goat coming up in a couple of weeks.
That does release shortly.
That's how I get my
It's
gems.
Goat.
I liked it last time
Yeah, I remember it missing something that I really liked about Goat that wasn't there.
because it's Flame Eternity, so therefore it doesn't have Lost Millennium.
Yeah.
So no, because Smashing Ground's there still, so that's all right.
There was something last time that I was like, oh, this is a slight annoyance. Maybe it was a ban list change from OCG to TCG.
Yeah. Well, still,
no, they were the
I
same.
am going to go. Yeah, they were.
Yeah. I don't know.
I miss those days.
Something about it was different. Anyway, we move on. So we move on from Master Duel news to, I guess, a little bit of news that come from the YCS overnight. I heard Bragg is going to hopefully present us with top decks.
Birmingham.
I don't have that. However, they did announce the first cards that are going to be in Stampede.
Yes.
So we are seeing an Incredible Ecclesia reprint with an alter art.
That's the Albaz book set.
Oh, it's the Albaz art?
Yeah.
So we're not getting the Albaz book.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We're getting
Yeah.
Chaos Max alternate art. We're getting an access code alternate art,
Chaos
but
Max
not the
was
access code that you wanted. Not the gold rare access code from years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not leg spread and
No.
weirdo.
We're also getting Skull Servant. Cute reprint.
Oh, we
Doesn't
yeah,
need to be
we
reprinted.
whinged about this already.
Isn't
Kinda
it
not.
getting support?
Skull Servant. It always gets support.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
It gets support every year.
I swear to God, I heard that.
They
it's actually
always
getting good support.
always give a white card every year.
Sure.
Then we get Buster Blader.
Oppression.
Oppression's the big one.
Oppression
here.
is really
Oppression's
good.
a very good reprint. Construct, Ultimate Conductor
Yeah,
Tyranno,
which is and
tanking the price of those collector's
I
rares.
don't.
And Runic Fountain.
Runic Fountain. Which, if can you zoom in on that image?
Yeah.
Is it whereabouts? What's its number?
It is 296.
So it's in the nostalgia pool. You dogs. Why would Runic Fountain be in the nostalgia pool?
So's UCT.
Oh yeah, well that's fair.
and
Rudy's been out for a bit.
Yeah, but
Unless
Why
they-
is it there?
No, no,
I
it
don't
it could be
know.
the first 80. You could put the Runic cards in the
I was gonna
first
say,
80.
unless they've switched it, because Oppression's... Oh no, Oppression's a 120. So that
Yeah.
must put it
So
in the
everything
front
after
half.
80, well 79, whatever they're going to do this time, if they lie again.
But,
Yeah, so Runic Fountain is definitely taking up a nostalgia pool spot.
yeah.
That means someone submitted that.
There's gonna
Whoever
be a
out
lot
there,
of them.
fess up in the comments.
It's Josh Schmidt fans. But that, of course, was announced on the Birmingham stream, which is live right now. It will have finished by the time this has happened, but
No,
I
only
can't
for a
believe
few hours,
that deck 3 won.
Well-
but give us the deck breakdown, Brad.
So on day one, Malice is 19.7, Ryziel is 14.3, Fiendsmith Ryziel 9.8, Mitsugiri 7.6 with Ryziel.
Yep.
Fiendsmith Pure is 3.2, White Forest 3.1, Kriston 3, others 39.
Impressive that this time around they've split the Ryziel representation.
Yeah.
Kind of makes it seem like it's just to show off how much Ryziel is, like how little Ryziel is.
They didn't even do it enough because they've done Mitsurugi, but they didn't do. So sorry, for Orlando they had Ryziel and
Yep.
then Mitsurugi.
Yep.
Technically, that Mitsurugi was just Ryziel.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, this was Raziel Mitsugi.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way that many people playing Pure
Like, there was
Mitsurugi.
over 50% on Ryzel.
Yeah.
There
Which
is here
which
too.
is
And that would be
yeah.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
so yeah, this is 20,
They've
20,
split
and
it
10.
down to make
Yeah,
it seem
so
like
it's-
Malice is the more popular one.
Yeah.
Yeah, in reality, it's not. It's Ryziel.
Ryzel is just less complicated.
Europe though gave us a breakdown of main deck cards. Is that the Aldi truck? So, for day one, top main deck cards on the floor. 85% of people playing Ash Blossom.
Oh my god.
This is main deck.
This is main deck. Cause
Okay, so
15% of people.
yeah,
Maybe people playing breakers, like just all breakers.
I'm more open to that then. Yeah, so then main 76 on Imperm, 66% of people on Triple Tactics Talent
Yeah.
in main deck
Yeah.
is interesting to me.
It's a good card right now.
Magnamut at 56, Druisworm at 54,
Ghost time.
Yep.
Fualos 51.
I'm surprised that the Bystials are higher than Fualos.
For whilst expensive. This
How
time-
expensive?
Drill Swarms are $30 super.
Not when I bought it.
I know not when
When
you
I bought it was
but
$4.
Now it's $30 a super.
Look. You know what's also $30 a super? Mulchami for Wallace.
There we go.
I already have it open on all of these
Yes.
tabs. Mulchami for Wallace, currently available on Australian eBay. Oh, it's gone up this week, but it is up the price of postage. It is now $152.50.
Still at the 150.
Yeah, they're still up there. Still looking good.
Yeah,
Still more expensive
It's still
than
it's still not
Bystials.
copyable before the reprint to make it
Also,
in
Like,
YCS.
this part of the other follow up to that is like you can't really play Bystials in Ryziel. So like
Why not?
because it's non-level 4 on your board to start your combos, so like you have to then normal summon Ice. You can't X Ryziel after you've Bystialed. So it's a breaker that lingers on your board. You have to find a way to clear it.
You're playing 6 Ices.
Yeah.
Ice is the better starter, is it not?
You don't always open it. Anyway.
Don't you?
No.
It feels like it.
Ice plus a Bystial's Chaos Angel.
50% of the room having Fualos
In the main.
is interesting to me.
Yeah,
That they're just like
50% are like, no, I'm not buying it.
well yeah like I mean what do we say was the other percentage of other decks? That's pretty high. Like you usually expect scrubs in there. Like
Yeah.
50% of people having such an expensive staple is
Especially when you're in Birmingham. We're like, getting your Wallace's home is not guaranteed.
in the side deck though. 94% of people are running Lancia,
Yeah.
Shocking.
which I'm only going to
Shocking.
assume the other 6 are main decking it for Nobleman, Designator, whatever. D-Barrier, Joel and Lock, all the same. Meows is 30% of people on the side, which I found a little bit notable. And top extra deck cards, 56% of people are running SP. Ryziel Detonators, 48%. Well, that's pretty... There we go. That's indicative of...
My other loss was to Ethan. I remembered now. Because I opened game 3, double 4 loss, 1 Meows, and then top decked the Meows off my 4 loss draw. I was like, I can activate 2 Mulchami, but not 4 Mulchami.
And 35% of people on Fiendsmith. Like,
Okay.
in there. So that's it. 40% have Chaos Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very difficult for Ryziel to out.
Fiendsmith
Yeah.
combo. So Engraver is a Chaos Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can be difficult for pure Ryziel to get rid
But
of it.
what's the 5% of other decks that isn't Fiendsmith that are going into Chaos Angel?
I'm sure you can make it in Malice.
Centurion.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the other 5% will be...
Just rogue decks that
Yeah.
can make it.
Yeah, it's just or any Bystial variants with a level 4. Runic.
40% on Dweller, which is kind of weird. That Detonator at 48%, Dweller at
I have a
40.
feeling Dweller might go.
Get banned. We've been saying that for years.
It's finally got banned in it.
But who's the 8% of
They
people
might
that aren't
follow.
running fucking Dweller?
What?
Shouldn't you... I mean, so if 48% of people are running Detonator and
Yep.
40% of people are running Dweller,
Yep.
what's wrong with 8% of people?
Just don't have space in the extra deck.
Well, we can make space for Dweller.
I don't know if you have space in Pure Mitsurugi.
Ah.
Like,
You would.
or
You
Fiendsmith is
Fiendsmith would be the
Fiendsmith's
issue.
tight. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like you could make space for Dweller.
Yeah, I was playing Dweller just because I hate Merwell.
Yep. It's valid. Very fair.
No
card
Mermail
to put
in
in your
this.
deck.
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
But if Abyssal gets banned, Momel will be up there.
It's all like stupid Mermail players. Just like the stupid French. Speaking of the French, they were rewarded. Apparently Worlds is in France this year.
Oh, God.
That's the next bit of news. That's my best segue number 3, by the way.
Yeah,
So, fourth place
Yeah.
at last YCS, right? The one before? Orlando?
I don't know, but the French have have Worlds. If you qualify for the World Championships, guess what? You're going to France. I'm sure
I
it's
qualify for Worlds. I'm not
lovely in August. Is that summer for them?
Yes.
France in the middle of summer sounds terrible.
Doesn't it? I mean, it depends if they had the same heat wave they've had the last few years, probably.
Look, I don't like French. That's right, French viewers. I'm anti-French.
What about the French
Ben
Canadians?
don't like you.
Oh, French Canadians are fine. The French, though.
Wait. Yeah,
Curse the French.
it's not going to... I wonder if they do a full... I mean, since it's in Europe, I wonder if they will have the event support, that they'll run a proper...
No.
You reckon?
They've gotten away with it
Well,
since COVID not having to do it,
Last
so
Worlds
why?
wasn't that great, was it?
No,
was
but
no
like,
one.
I'm wondering if it's like... But
Yeah.
between America and Japan, who both fumble this shit all the time, Europe seemingly runs shit better when they're in their region.
We'll see. I'm just surprised by it being in France. Like, given how prevalent the game has been in Germany specifically.
Yes.
Like, if you're going to Europe, I'm very surprised you didn't go to Germany.
Yeah. Or
Like-
London again.
Yeah. Everyone always hosted in London. Like, I get that you can be like, oh, we're doing it in Paris. Oh, yay. City of Paris, yay. But, like,
Yeah.
this isn't a tourism ad.
No, it's you only bring 32 people.
Yep. You're not bringing an economy around it because, like, you're not allowing people to, you know, go and attend. So,
This mic definitely picked up the belly rumbling. And you're to blame for this.
that's fine.
The smell in here is just getting...
It smells very delicious. But that does bring us to the last bit of news that I'm not going to call delicious.
Oh,
Dragon Tail has been announced. That's right. I avoided that segue that was wide open.
I hated them.
They
But
are
I've come around on them. I've come around
Look,
on them.
I've had a good read. They're not that bad. They're not good, but they're not that bad. They
It's
just
all
don't,
two-card combos at the moment, which is kind of
they
weird.
don't really do anything.
My thing is,
Also, all fusion decks do card combos.
you look at them and you look at Malice and Razor.
Yeah, exactly. Like this...
This isn't going to beat those decks.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that Malice and Riser, they have gone way over
Yeah.
than what these.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
this is a completely solid option. Yes.
So, effectively, the deck itself, they effectively gave it 2 waifus. They're both the searches for the deck. So you've got Lucius, which on summon...
What is my
Lucius?
debate on waifu? I don't know. It's more twink territory.
I don't know, I didn't actually look at the arts.
Those abs are abs.
I just looked at the other ones and was like, these are wolves and dragons, so therefore the top 2 must be the waifus. So yeah, the first one, on normal summon, searches a Dragon Tail monster. When it's sent, they all have the effect that when they're sent to grave, you get a set.
Yeah.
Except the 2, I guess, big dragons that look like wolves. They don't have a primary effect, so they get an extra effect when they're sent for fusion materials. They
Yes.
get pops.
And they all set
One
trap.
pops a monster.
So-
yeah.
Them by themselves don't generate that much advantage. They're really relying on those 2 traps
Yes.
to do the heavy lifting,
Yep.
which I don't think we're ever going to be in a game state ever again.
No, you also need the you just need to fuse to get the advantage, which is curious because they all have to be sent. Oh no, it's just if this card is sent to the graveyard. I thought they had to be sent from hand,
No.
which is relevant because the fusion spell can send from deck.
Yeah, but it still needs to send one from hand for
Yeah.
the 2 that they have.
It also hard locks you after you do it.
Yes.
But at the very least, it future proofs itself. So it's like Braided Fusion, except it's like instead of being locked to fusion, you lock to them.
Yeah, but Brandon Fusion, but you still have to send one from hand. So rubbish.
Yes.
But it does just lock you to fusions. It's okay.
Yeah.
But-
I wonder.
It
There's
keeps getting
The
worse.
interesting part though is that yeah, they only require the 1 monster in hand, so like you can send your Dragon Tail that you want to utility out of deck from deck.
yeah. But you still need a card in hand. There's just 2-card combos of like what you give everyone else 1-card combos. Why?
The boss monsters don't really do anything. Like, one gives you a pop in response to a Dragon Tail card, but that's once per turn. So it's not even like a House Dragon Maid style where you get a pop every time you do it.
Exactly what I was thinking of. Like,
Yeah.
why hold it back? Like, if you have to spend a card to get a pop,
Like-
a pop, which means nothing.
A better version of this card already exists.
Yes.
Also, it's a Dragon Tail card, so you can at least back that up on traps, which is somewhat relevant. The other one's a Mass Bounce up to the Fusion Materials sent, which is cute. At least gets you your resources back if you're ditching
What's the
out of
wording
hand.
on it? From an opponent or all?
You can target monsters on the field or in any graveyard, up to the number of monsters used for the material.
Because they're recycling stuff.
Yep.
I am a little bit tempted with Domain.
I was about to...
Works.
Like, just dragons and spellcasters ties in with the new Blue Eye stuff as well, where I was like going, this could be just something cute to pick up later in the year.
But you can't combine them with Blue Eyes. You're locked into Fusion. You won't be able to get your big Synchro out.
You got a big fusion out. Twin Dragon to the rescue.
Yeah,
You
and
can get
burst.
Magia out. When it
Because
gets
it's so easy to summon
Synchro.
Twin Dragon.
And it says rest of turn, right? The fusion?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can do the stuff.
That's
It's
also
just,
a thing.
this is the new load.
Yeah, do it last.
Do you reckon Magia will get reprinted in Stampede?
Yeah, I reckon. Jake doesn't. And he's wrong.
There's a chance.
Because we know that Magia isn't in the structure deck, right?
Well,
Never was going to be.
Yeah, so...
Well, we know it's not now. They should have put it in the extra little bonus slot thing as just a secret rare. Cowards.
So the traps though aren't terrible, and
Yeah.
if you're getting them on your turn, like not that bad. So you target attack position monster, return to the hand. Interesting though, that has to target an attack position monster. Does lock you out of like certain things, which is a bit uncomfortable. But at least it always can get rid of a link. Then it lets you place a Dragon Tail card from graveyard or banish to the bottom of the deck and then draw a card. So at least it gets you some resources. You then also get the pop. It's very much going to be a resource grindy deck. I just still feel like this is worse Dragon Maid in the end.
We're missing one card still from this announcement. Like it goes, I think it skips over number 5.
Okay.
So we're due...
Which would be an extra deck or a main deck.
Yeah, it's either going to be main deck or extra deck.
Okay. We'll
So-
find out on that front.
They're all 4 different attributes, so
Yep.
I'm not sure if they're going to go light or dark or swing it off kilter and give them another water dragon instead of the water spellcaster. It's...
The interesting thing is the other spell card is an interesting wording for negation. It doesn't just negate a card on the field, it gets a face-up spell,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
very
cute until like your opponent droplets this spell away that you're going to negate, and then good luck. Away you go.
Droplet has been coming up a lot.
Yes. But that's the Dragon Tales. I'm sure next week we'll have an announcement for the rest of the deck. But that is...
So we have 2 waifus in this set now too, yeah? Because the other
Yes.
one was, oh god, the mouse one with boobs, and then the claw machine one.
We got the claw machine still. Those claw machines going to be great.
Hopefully tonight.
Yeah.
Or last night.
Yes. Hopefully we do get those reveals shortly, so we'll have that to bring for you next week. But for now, that is the end of the news, which does bring us to the questions. As always, you can comment your questions down below or in the Discord, which of course is always in the description. Do head down there, say hello to everyone, because it is a lovely group. Code's doing the point. I was hoping Code would do the point. He's doing the point. Down
Wow.
below. Down there.
While
That's
I
where you
look
go.
for this,
Bragg is going to be bringing us the questions this week.
the TikTok comments have devolved into degeneracy. One person did say Dark Rebellion X is Dragon. Thank you very much for shouting out. Everyone else that kept commenting Dark Magician Girl, burn in hell.
What about Decode Docker? I don't actually care that much about Decode Docker.
Yeah,
Also, I
he's
forgot to
kinda
fix the
turned
table. The table is off center.
Yeah.
Yeah, the table's been off center since New Year's. I'm assuming
But I haven't-
it got fucked with.
We
haven't-
have moved the table during...
Yeah, it's not the center anymore. So like the poster is not
Well, I
directly
haven't
behind
minded
me.
Exodia
Exodia
lurking over the shoulder rather than just directly behind.
Drive me mad.
But
Every week I get to the editing point and I'm like, fuck, I forgot to move the table again. Today I remembered on the podcast. But Bragg.
Right
you have questions
Guy
for us?
asks, what's your favorite gimmick in an archetype?
Ooh. Like, I really like the gimmick of the, whatchamacallit, Prankids, where
Prankid?
they always summon from deck.
Yep.
Like another one. So you always have, like, they're all tiny resources, but they just kind of keep coming.
Yeah.
And it snowballs. You lose to max C, but it is what
I
it is.
guess you could say that I'm synchro summoning off turn.
Yeah?
Well,
He's a Formula Synchron man. That's what he means.
Centurion, synchros off turn. Crystron, synchros off turn. I think that's my gimmick.
Yeah.
Wait until Formula Synchron brightens his world.
Yeah, Actually, no. It was kind of okay in...
Well, why didn't I play Snake Eye when Formula Synchronous in it?
God, that was good, wasn't it? That was...
Oh, wait, I remember. They banned Baron.
I don't
And
really...
Savage.
It was one of my favourite mats, the Savage mat. And then, yeah, I just don't want to use it anymore. My one is a Grapha style. Like, you do something to bring back... Like, no matter what, the monsters in your bin are usable. So your Dragon Rulers, etc., etc.
Yep.
Which I don't think really comes up.
We get more Dragon Rules soon. We'll find out.
Yeah. Blue Eyes half does it, so that's kind of okay. Yeah, so triggering stuff from Grave to bring you back into the game, which actually isn't that relevant because most of the time you're dead by turn 3 now anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Michael asks, Melfi Domain when?
Melfi Domain. Oh, not from me.
It's not going to be him either.
Not me.
But you can play
Mr.
Sprite.
Synchro over here.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you can play Sprite Melfi.
How are you going to do it? Because, I mean, you've got to work on
They're
making...
Beast and Earth.
Yeah, their boss monster being a machine. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we can find someone who would like the gimmick. Who's
What's
like...
the starter from
We
that?
have to rope Costa in.
It's a good question.
I don't think there's a one-card starter. It's not a spell.
Yeah,
Rescue
that's what I'm
Cat.
saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Rescue Cat.
Rescue Cat.
Rescue Cat covers it.
But we don't talk about Rescue Cat in this podcast.
It also negates now because we're playing with the new text.
Seb asks,
Also, hi, Michael.
how many life points would a normal spell have to let you gain for you to play it?
What?
8,000.
8,000?
8,000.
Have to let you gain?
Yeah.
For me to just
Yeah.
play it in my
Yeah.
deck?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a number. Like, it would have to be like ludicrous.
And it would have,
like,
to, do,
yeah,
it would have to do
sure.
something else. It would have to be like, oh, evenly matched and you gain 2,000.
Or you're playing a deck like,
We play Dogwood just to stop people's turns.
Yeah, mandatory dogwood.
I'm
Just get rid of the time rule.
no. No.
Why?
You didn't play in the before time. In the long, long ago.
There,
Rounds would take 2 hours.
do the...
As much as the time rules are shit, you get to go home at 6 p.m. at a YCS.
It's been a long month. Have we talked about the Lorcano matchups of 1-1?
No.
They do... both people have one game to go first.
Yep.
And then if you take a 2-0, you get the 6 points. If you don't, if you both get it, you both walk away with 3 points.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah. I think that's the point system. And so they
Sure.
just breeze through that. Then they switch to best of 3 and stuff, like when you get to top cuts and day 2s and stuff.
Also, they rule in top 8 that cards don't trigger.
Yeah.
Your
Going,
winner-
oh no, you missed the trigger, even though they can just stack it like we can.
Yeah. You have multiple win effects. Oh, sorry, you missed your trigger.
It goes in a bag, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes in the bag.
It goes in the bag. You can do it whenever.
We know this because we looked at YouTube drama videos about Lorcano.
We won't go into
We're not a lookout.
we won't go into the region that player came from either.
We won't go into the bag.
The baguette.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
And lastly is a question that I pose. What would be the Yu-Gi-Oh equivalent of the Luca trade?
Oh, okay. Like, would that be like if Kaiba got Dark Magician?
Or you say,
For the gadgets.
Yeah, potentially.
No, the gadgets are almost too much more useful than AD is though.
Yeah, Red Gadget doesn't hurt its groin in the third quarter of its first game. You're down to like 3,000 life points left, and you're like, finally, I've got Red. Oh, Red Gadget didn't resolve. Or is it? Does Yugi have to get the card in this situation? Because Yugi is the Lakers.
Yeah. Yu-Gi is the Lakers.
Okay. Then it is
And-
Blue Eyes going to Yugi.
Yeah.
is it Blue Eyes or?
Is Luca Blue Eyes? Maybe.
I'm
Probably.
trying to think of like a niche card that Kaiba has. Like, I don't know. The
It's not a niche
Luca's
card.
better than Blue Eyes, isn't
We
he?
didn't trade Markeith Morris. They did trade Markeith Morris, but it's fine.
You
Yugi
could say-
Yugi gets Blue Eyes, just the Flute of Summoning Dragon, not Lord of D, and
Well, okay. Let's say that. So, why did Luca get traded? Because they said that
this is
he-
getting
he-
fat,
getting fat.
like Blue Eyes.
So
I've seen the
he
tablet art.
wasn't as good as what he was before. What about Blue Eyes Shining Dragon?
Yeah. And then
Kaiba still has Blue
and then-
Eyes in this
then-
situation.
Yeah.
Then it turns out that Blue Eye Shining Dragon is actually a really key card of the strategy.
Exactly.
Kyrie's not Shining Dragon. Blue Eyes. Anyway, that's close. Or we could go to like modern seasons. I don't know, is it like Playmaker getting... No, would it be like the bad guy getting access code Dorker?
I feel like it'll be... I give up... And in just normal people trades, it'll be like I give up a Fualos for a Veiler.
Yeah. Veiler's good, don't get me wrong. Veiler can come up and win your YCS.
Veiler and some booster packs.
I want 2 booster packs. And a Villa.
Well, that was the sports section of the Cowboy for Game Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. Feel free to ask sport-related Yu-Gi-Oh questions, and we will answer them because we like sports. But that does, of course, bring us to a conclusion. Of course, again, happy birthday to Bragg. Very
bloody old.
special Bragg episode. Jake will be back next week for normal programming. But as always, I've been Ben from Nolan TCG, brought to you today with Kurt and Bragg. And have a good afternoon, everybody.